Ricky here, and welcome to How to Powermove mini-series. I think that we will have like 8 episodes in this one. Each episode will talk about a different skill that we need for power moves, a different move, and we will really start slow. We will do first the foundational topics, for example handstands, how to really use our body well, how to shift weight on our hands, balancing, the flexibility we need. We will really dig into the foundation and the details we need to have in our physical body first. And in the later episodes we will learn the technique of the moves themselves, like for example swipes, flares, air flares, 90s and others. And in the lesson today I will start from handstand. I will really show you in details how we build a strong base for handstand and how we build a good form for handstand. I will explain you how to shift weight while you are on your handstand, how to go deep in your flexibility in handstand. Also I will teach you something that I call the coil, which is a foundation for moves like swipes, air flares and others. It's a foundation for the monkey move, which give you the amplitude you need for doing the air power. So let's jump right into it. So first of all, what we're gonna need for the handstand is a strong base. The way I put my hands and the way I use my weight on my hands in order to lift myself up. So first of all, let's start with the palms. Palms should be open all the way, all right? Not like this, all the way, okay? Also, the arm, I lock it. So I have 3 points which I lock. I lock the wrist, okay? I put a little lock in here. The elbows and the shoulder, which is the most important because we need to teach our body to go all the way to our shoulders, okay? It's the most important point. So we start with our fingers, we open them. Now we lock our elbows. Despite the fact that we lock them, we still need to be a little flexible if we need to move, but we don't do this. Okay, we lock them all the time. Sometimes if we need to land, we don't do it with a full lock, but a little bit loose, but still strong. But if the lock of the elbow is not fully locked in, we will use too much power and we don't want that. That's why we lock our hands all the way. So again, 1, 2, 3 locks. Next movement we do is we start teaching our body to put more and more weight on our base. So we keep our legs close to the hands and we start doing this. Alright, putting more weight up. Yes, just like this. Also what we can do is start jumping a little bit. Do little jumps to see if our base is strong. Next thing, after we have this one locked in, is the position of our back. The back we need to put outside, alright? Why we do this? Because we don't want to do arching too early. We first want to have a straight back when we do the handstand. So the next one will be doing this form with our back and start shifting more weight. What you also can do is grab your legs, slide them forward. 1, 2. Now the next thing, after we have our back and our locked in position nail, we start using our legs. For people who don't have yet arcing skills or rolling skills, try to use only one leg at first till you have a strong balance on your hands. So basically we put one leg forward, we bend ourselves down, then we take the second leg up, and then we start using our leg to shift our weight forward, and we do this. Okay? Don't put your hands too far, and don't jump on your hands. You need to do it fluid and natural. Okay. You need to get to this position. Alright? And then you can straighten them. When I do handstand at first, I keep my head a little bit forward. Not too much, but just a little bit. So it gives me confidence to go up. As a beginner, you can use the wall to gain more confidence in your handstand. So what you should do is put your palms something like 10 centimeters away from the wall. Then you lock your hands. You make your back go round and you start jumping till you hit the wall. A good practice will be trying to release the wall and go down. If you are more confident, you can move your hands a little bit backwards and try to stand straight on your hands. And if you fall on the wall. Now, there are some beneficial positions that you can use that you will later need in your power moves. One position will be bending your knees closer to your body and try to keep yourself in this position. Okay? That's one thing. The other one is making a split with your legs. Okay? So for this you need to first stretch your legs, have a nice split, and then you practice splitting your legs to the sides. And the third position is something that I call the chair position. It's very beneficial because it teaches you how to use your pelvis and how to use your flexibility in the handstand and in power moves later. So it's this position. We make a split, then we make the chair position and we keep it flexible. So basically it's like sitting on a big chair, and you see I have this jumpiness, and I do the same on my hands. If I fall forward from the handstand, there are some ways I can go with it. First of all, I think the best way is to just start to shift my weight straight on one of the hands and remain balanced. Alright? So I do my handstand, and if I feel that I need to go forward, I just do a step and I regain my balance. Same I can do if I go backwards. For me that's the best way because it also teaches me how to use my handstand more and how to balance it even if I fall. Another way is to go to an arc. You don't need a full arc in order to do it. You can just arc your back a little bit when you are on your hands, and then you can just use one of your legs for landing. So it's something like I'm standing and then I can arc, stop myself, go back. If you're not very experienced with arcing, better try the first way. And the third way is changing the form of your handstand to a wheel. Okay, so I'm standing on my hands. If I feel that I'm falling, I stop on one hand and change the position of my falling to a wheel. It will look something like this. I'm standing, I feel that I go here, I lift one hand and I fall on my feet. Alright? You can also go to rolling, but I don't really advise this, especially if you are new to this one. But just for the example, it will be something like this. Alright, now I will show you some movements that we can do on our handstand after we learn how to do it properly. So first of all, I already touched this, is shifting weights. Okay? So exactly as I do it when I'm on my legs, I'm shifting my body weight to one leg and then to the second. Same thing I need to try to sense when I'm on my handstand. So I need to sense the center of gravity, and then I need to feel how I shift my weight and then move it all the way to my shoulder. Okay, shoulder, as you remember, is the main point that keeps my weight. Then I use my legs to balance myself. Alright, I can use the chair position, I can choose the Nike position. I just use my legs in ways that are comfortable for me in the handstand. So for example, I do my handstand, I can open my legs in a split or in the chair, and now I start to shift weight from one to the other. That's a very good practice for power moves. And I try to do it also the other way, which is not so comfortable. Now, another thing that we can do is to try jump on our hands or even on one hand. Alright? So the technique basically is from the handstand, we release our back muscles a bit, we put our knees closer to the body, and then we jump in the same time from the hands, the back and the knees. Alright? The jumping is not on the hands, we don't just use force, but we use the momentum, the kick. So we have three movements that we do in the same time. We jump from our shoulders, okay, so we push the floor with our hands, and then we jump. The second movement would be the kicking, but not kicking from the knees, but more from the back and from the pelvis. We kick with the whole leg. So we do it in the same time. We use our back, which is the third movement. We use our hands, and we use kicking with both legs from the pelvis, from this area. Okay? And that will give us the jump. Now, the direction of the kick is up. We don't jump backwards. We try to kick and use all the movements up to this direction. So it will look something like this. Okay? I bend my knees a little bit in the chair position, and then I do all three movements in one. Practice landing. Practice focusing yourself on the landing and regaining the balance. And the next movement I will teach you is something that I call the coin, because the movement looks like a falling coin. So the movement is this one. It's not yet the monkey. The monkey is more amplitude. But first we need the coin to understand the movement. So basically we start again with shifting our weight from leg to leg. Okay, now we keep the legs straight and open. Next thing will be opening our hands wide and going down from legs to our hands. Okay, now I try to do it in this direction. Left, left, right, right, while keeping a circle with my body. So it will be like left, left, right, right. This one is good practice for shifting our weight and also to start building our foundation for power moves. So again, I'll do it from this direction I shift my weight, then I go from left, left, right, right. And the other side, right, down to right, left, left. Now, try to keep the form of your body. If your body loses form in your hands or in your legs, it will not work. So you need to keep your arms open, legs open, and really be focused on your balance. Now you can play with the speed of this movement. You can do it quick and circular, and also you can do it slow to really work on your balance. And the other side. Okay, another thing that you can do is work on the form of your body while on handstand. Okay, so for example, I can do two things. I can relax my shoulders just a bit in order to go deeper inside, and then put my leg inside, which will form a good position for the invert. I will show it to you a little bit later. And the other one is arcing your back. Okay? So we work on these two movements, and in this way we can also work with our body in the handstand. So in the invert, what I'm going to do is I will change my base a little bit to the invert base. So instead of going forward with my neck and head, I will go inside. I can start it from the dog position. Then I will release my shoulders, relax them a little bit, just so I can go deeper. And then I do the jumps. I do this practice in order to succeed in the invert. That's a good foundation. Also, I can do an arc with my back and work on my flexibility a little bit, and also move. And the last thing I will show you is a little example how I can work on all these movements, on my balance, on the shifting weight, on the coin, on the chair, on all of this, and freestyle those to both directions.
When they bloom, I like to whisper sweet nothings just to keep them in tune. Then it's on to the next garden, ready to consume. Bright lights, rest them on my leaves. I got the 60s Cadillac game, hit it up my sleeve, and I can get the top down in the minute 23. You hit the birds.
And that's it for today. Feel free to like, comment, share this video. I will be more than happy. Also see you tomorrow on the Zoom practice. I'm gonna do a free workshop on Zoom. For those of you who are interested, it's going to be at 3 o'clock Israel time, and you can check the link for the meeting in my bio in Instagram and also on Facebook. And that's it for today. See you next week. Peace.